What is photography? See, photography is made up with two words, photo and graphy. Photo means light, science. Graphy means writing. Think calligraphy. So you put the two words together, you get photography. Writing with light. So, what is writing in photography? Writing is the act of composing. What do you put inside the frame and what you leave out? And it's not as straightforward as you might think. There are some guidelines, there are some rules. We will learn these rules, we will learn these techniques of how to compose a good shot. And then you will unlearn them and you will learn when to break these rules. But that's the process. We learn the rules first. And then there is light. We all know that light is crucial in photography. Without light, there is no photography. Light comes from your scene and goes through the lens of your camera and hits the sensor at the back of your camera and forms your image. If there is no light, there is no photography. If there is a lot of light, you're going to get a very bright picture. And if there is not enough light, your picture is going to be underexposed. So light is really crucial to photography, and how you control the amount of light coming into your camera, with all these knobs and dials and settings in your camera, that's the science of photography. And we are going to learn all those techniques. So on one end, you have composition, which is how to draw your picture, what to include in your frame. And then on the other end, you have light, how to control the light coming in to your camera. There is also something to be said about the quality of light. So it's not just the amount of light coming in. If you were to go and shoot at sunrise or sunset, you would see much nicer quality light, nice colors. And if you were doing an indoor shoot, it's not just how bright your flash is, but it's also where you place your lights. Are you using an umbrella or softbox? How you modify and shape the light. So there's a lot to be said about the quality of light that's coming into your picture. That's the artistic side of light. But for the most part, light is science. That's how I like to think of it. You have photo, light, and graphy, writing. Photo is science, graphy is the art. So it's the art and science of photography. And we are going to explore both of those aspects in ShotClass. But there is a third element as well in photography, and unfortunately, a lot of people miss that. I like to bring an analogy of music over here. In Indian music, there's a word called bhava. Bhava means feeling. महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी से दिल बंद रहा है किस अजनबी से आए तेरे अब क्या जतन सुलग सुलग जाए मन ये आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये अगन. Every time I sing or listen to the song, I can feel something. Some songs are just so soul stirring, and I think it's because the composer put his heart into the song. It's almost like I can feel his emotions. So that's the same in photography. When you take a shot, you want to bring in that dimension of feeling, whether you're capturing an emotion or an expression or a precious moment in time. It's the aspect of storytelling. You could have the best composition, you could have amazing light, but if you don't have a story to tell, your photo is going to feel dead. So, how do you tell a good story in photography? If you're making a movie, you have 2 hours to tell a story. If you are writing a book, you have 200 pages to tell a story. How do you tell a story in one shot? We're going to learn how. But it starts with you asking, what what do I want to communicate to people who are seeing my picture? You're at a scene and you're enjoying the scene in front of you. How do you communicate that to your friends through your art? That's the question you should ask before you snap a shot. What do I want to communicate? What feelings do I want to evoke in them? What emotions do I want them to feel? Those are the questions that we should be asking. And we're going to look at techniques of storytelling throughout ShotClass. Let me leave you with one thought. These days, everybody has a camera in their pockets. But there's a difference between pulling out your phone and taking a snapshot of what's in front of you and taking the time to think about your composition, your light, what story you want to communicate, and then taking the shot. There's a huge difference between a snapshot and the kind of shot that you would take after putting a lot of thought into it. So, my goal is to help you go from taking snapshots to creating masterpieces with your camera. Okay, I'll see you in the next lesson. झुम झुम तेरे सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये अगन झुम झुम तेरे सावन महफिल